Many people find the funny animals koalas very cute, and for good reason. They are quite easy to get used to people, and their peaceful behavior only adds to their fans. These animals lead a rather passive way of life, and therefore now they are threatened with extinction in some places, although in general they are not threatened with extinction. They are unable to stand up to enemies and become easy prey for predators, and humans continue to drive them out of their usual habitats. Koala Facts: the only continent they live on is Australia. Koalas are one of the few marsupials in the world. Newborn cubs are not yet fully developed embryos, like, for example, kangaroos, and therefore after birth they spend about 6 months more in their mother's pouch. Koalas don't have any different species at all, just one. Although a certain biological similarity with wombats can still be traced, but the latter are more reminiscent of the giant hamsters. The first settlers in Australia thought koalas were bears because of their outward resemblance. However, further research showed that they were wrong. Nowadays, the distribution range of koalas in the wild is about 1 million square kilometers. This is about twice the size of Spain. The koala's diet is based on eucalyptus leaves. They are low in calories, which is why these animals are rather slow, and for most of their lives they are constantly eating. The first food that koalas train their cubs to eat is their mother's feces. From them, the cubs receive nutrients, not fully digested, and their bodies are thus trained to assimilate eucalyptus. Koalas usually form harems, where there are 3 to 4 females per male, or even more. The gestation period of a female koala usually does not exceed 1 month. This is very short for such a relatively large animal, so the newborn calf continues its development in its mother's pouch. James Cook, who discovered the Australian coast for Europeans, did not come across koalas. They were first spotted and explored only decades later. Koalas have a very slow metabolism. It is about 2 times slower than that of other warm-blooded mammals. Because of this, they survive on a low-calorie diet of eucalyptus leaves. Despite their seeming clumsiness, koalas run rather briskly. By the way, they swim quite well, too. Koalas have 5 toes, but only 4 of them have claws. They help these animals climb trees. Southern Australian koalas are noticeably larger than their northern counterparts. Koalas have 2 thumbs on their front paws, but no index finger. The fur of these animals is very soft and delicate to the touch, and its thickness reaches 2 to 3 centimeters. Whenever possible, koalas move by jumping from tree to tree. On the ground they descend very rarely, because they fear predators. Eucalyptus leaves are hardly eaten by other animals because they are poisonous. However, koalas have adapted to eating them, though even they only eat 120 species out of nearly 1,000 those with less venom. In addition to the leaves, they also eat the young shoots. The cry of a frightened koala is very similar to that of a baby. For most of their lives, koalas are motionless. They either sit and chew leaves melanchologically or simply don't move. This is a consequence of the aforementioned slow metabolism. During the mating season, male koalas, attracting females, can scream so loudly that these cries can be heard at a distance of 2 to 3 kilometers. Studies of the fossil remains of koalas have shown that their ancestors had much larger brains. It has degenerated over time, most likely due to a low-calorie diet. Male koalas have 2 penises and females have 2 vaginas and 2 uteruses. The ratio of brain to body weight in these animals is one of the smallest of any mammal. On average, the brain of an adult koala accounts for only about 0.2% of its total body weight. Koalas have fingerprints, which are almost indistinguishable from those of humans. Apart from them, only humans and monkeys have fingerprints. The average lifespan of koalas in the wild is still unknown. The official record in captivity is 18 years. Koalas spend almost their entire lives in the crowns of eucalyptus trees. Like it, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.